Hello, welcome. I'm Ashur Anam. Welcome to Return to Joy. This is our day 3 exploration. And today we are playing with relationships, bringing joy to your relationships. And when I'm talking about relationships, I'm talking about all kinds of relationships, parents, partners, spouse, kids, grandkids, grandparents, colleagues, relationship with the planet, relationship with your journey, everything, and especially relationship with yourself. You know, um, I've been talking to a friend of mine recently, and she asked me a very powerful question, like, what are some really joyful moments that you had when you were a child? And we were talking about the first 7 years because that's when about at least 90 to 95% of your programming happens. What you see, or what you hear, or what you smell, or what you feel, or what you notice around you, conversation that you hear in the background, assumptions that you make, all of those help you to shape the rest of your life. So it's almost like you come with a blank hard drive, sort of like a blank hard drive, and then you are installing all these programs and apps for the first 7 years, and then you're pretty much done, and you live the rest of your life based on all those programmings. So if some of those programmings are not supportive of you or of your path or journey, then it's not beneficial. Now, I grew up in a military family. My dad was in the army, and we moved around a lot. And when I was talking to her, I realized that I don't have that many memories of joyful events from the first 70 years. Most of my joyful events that I could think of were from, let's say, junior high or high school, and majority were from the US after I came here, going to finishing up my high school and college and everything else, and then playing with the community, doing a lot of things over the last, 10, 15, 20 years. So I would have a lot of joyful moments from my recent years, but less that I could remember from my childhood. So, we were discussing how different cultures and different parts of the world and, different groups of people look at joy differently. And when we get programmed with certain ideas about how life is supposed to be here, we sometimes grow up carrying a lot of that energy and information. So today we will do a very powerful exploration where we will time travel and insert more joy. Yeah. So your exercise for today is to really look at what were some joyful events that you can recall from your childhood and then your teens, 20s, 30s, and on and on. So when you tune into some of those events, and you will do that for your journey too today, then begin to think about the energy, the feelings, the surroundings, the environment, the group. And what we will do is take some of those events, and we just won't travel back in time ourselves. We will take the whole event and shift it back in time and start to put or drop those energies or event or joyful energies into your childhood. Okay, so that means, let's say last year you had a super joyful moment, and it was just a super joyful event. You had 5, 6 friends, you did all kinds of things together, and that's the first thing that comes to your mind, that this was one of the most joyful moments I experienced in my life. What we will do is we will take that whole event, including all of your friends and everybody who was involved, including everything that you have done. We will isolate that whole event, and then I will help you to shift it back in time and take it somewhere and drop it between your, let's say, your birth and the first 7 years. So you'll drop it somewhere that resonates with you. Okay. So we will play with time traveling in a little different ways. So we're not just going back in time in our mind and playing with our reality. We're taking an event back in time. So when you take the whole event back, you will see that everybody became younger. They're all children and everybody was having fun. So then we will insert that memory in your childhood. So then your childhood will include the younger version of all of you having fun when you were maybe 3, 4, 5, 6, or 7. Okay. And even though event actually happened last year, or when we take it and do a time traveling and then shift it back to your childhood, then you will integrate the energies there and that will ripple out, throughout your timeline. So we'll play with time traveling in a slightly different way today. And as we play with these energies, and as you practice, you will notice that you can insert a lot of these, recent memories into your past and ripple out those effects. That will help you to shift a lot of the energies around relationships and how much joy did you experience in your relationships. So when you shift that in your past, you will notice changes are starting to happen now in your present moment, and moving forward, more changes will happen. Yeah. So let us begin our journey and exploration for today. Focus on your heart. Gently close your eyes and begin to breathe in and out. Let's bring up spiraling earth energies from the center of earth and allow these energies to come up through your lower chakras and your feet for grounding. And allow the spiraling rays of the sun to come down through your higher chakras and your crown. You are now inside a vortex between the earth and the sun. And allow the energies to spiral through your cells, your atoms, your DNA, and your chakras and meridians. Allow the energies to get stronger for you. Focus on the energies of joy. I will bring in an energy vortex of joy and celebration energies and allow these to spiral through you, through your cells, through your thoughts, feelings, emotions, and beliefs. Focus on some joyful relationship moments. What are some joyful moments that you can recall from your childhood, from your teens, from your 20s, and from the recent years? What type of joyful moments did you have with your spouse, with your partner, with your parents, with your kids, with your grandkids, with your friends, with your colleagues? Begin to notice what pops up for you. Think about the events that are really, really joyful and they took you to a super expanded space of joy. There were no issues, no worries, simply you vibrated at a super high energetic level of joy. Think about those memories. Imagine one by one they are going into some golden or rainbow spheres. These spheres are just popping up around you and begin to place these joyful events inside those spheres. As you are placing them inside the joy spheres, I'm also running the joy vortex energies and helping you to amplify the effects. Let's focus on your heart and breathe in and out deeply and gently. Let's draw a timeline connection from now, going all the way back to your birth, and then going even further back to before you were born. Connecting your parents to the process too. You can imagine this path as a rainbow line, and with all the joy spheres, let's begin to journey or travel back in time, and let's go all the way back to your first 7 years. From here, you can see your entire childhood, your birth, and even your time in the womb. Let's run the joy vortex energies for your childhood, for your birth, and for your time in the womb. And also, let's run these energies for your parents at that time. Let's begin to energize your childhood so that you have a more joyful connection with yourself and with others. I will also run the rings of harmony in the background to shift some of these energetic patterns and events that caused your disharmony. I will also run the holographic programs, release blocked patterns in love, and release shame, guilt, and betrayal for your childhood and for your parents. So anything they pass down to you that's not for your highest benefit can be dissolved and flushed out. Notice dirty water, meaning non-beneficial energies and information coming out of you and your childhood and your parents. And those energies and experiences are going into a gigantic recycling bin where everything is getting recycled and transformed into joy. Notice your childhood energies are becoming bright and shiny. Notice all those years are becoming bright and shiny for you. Let's now focus on all the joy bubbles or spheres that you brought with you. These are some of your joyful moments from your life. And begin to place them in your mind and in the hologram for your childhood years. Wherever they need to go, place them there. And start dropping these spheres one by one into your childhood years. Allow your childhood to absorb those energies. You're editing your timeline and inserting information around joy and experiences around joy, just like editing a Word document and inserting a new paragraph. As you are placing these spheres, notice your timeline changing. Notice bright, shiny colors and ripples are going out from those childhood years into your entire timeline, past, present, and future. Let's continue to place those joy bubbles and allow your childhood years to integrate those energies and allow your entire timeline to shift. Allow your cells to absorb these joyful memories as if they happened in your first 7 years. As a result, your relationship to yourself is changing. It's becoming more joyful, more colorful, more vibrant, filled with fun and excitement and happy moments, filled with love and support and healing energies. Continue to experience the energies and allow the energies of joy to amplify for your entire timeline and for all of your relationships with parents, grandparents, kids, grandkids, friends, classmates, colleagues, spouse, partner, people around you, relationships with plants and animals, with humanity, with different cultures, and with the entire planet. Allow your entire universe to become more joyful. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently. Allow the ripples to spiral through you and through every moment of your life, and through your family members, and through all the people that you know. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently a few more times. Let's travel through time using the rainbow line of the bridge. And let's come back to your present moment. Notice that your entire universe is more vibrant, is filled with the energies of love, joy, healing, abundance, support, collaboration, fun, and friendship. Allow these energies to become a part of you, and allow every cell of your body and your chakras and meridians and your cells and atoms and DNA to absorb these energies. Choose to live a joyful life. Choose to experience abundance, healing, love, and magic and miracles in all areas of your life. Let's breathe in and out deeply and gently a few more times. Come back to your present moment. Rub your hands together and gently open your eyes. Welcome back. That was a fun journey and exploration. So as you go through the day today, please pay attention to the day 3 exercise and really begin to think more about all these joyful moments and events that you experienced in your life, and go through the same journey in your mind and take these events and begin to drop them in your childhood. Then drop them in your teenage years, in your 20s, in your 30s, and beyond. Drop them onto the events that caused a lot of pain and suffering and issues and disharmony in your life. So you're also bringing joy to all those moments that way. And begin to explore that way and notice how you can shift the energies of events and experiences that you had in your life. And let's keep playing and let's keep exploring. And those of you who have the Restoring Your Abundance, Unlocking Your Joy, Restoring Your Magic programs, keep running these for all those past events and especially for your childhood years. So let's have fun. Let's play a lot with joy and let's change your relationship to yourself first and then bringing all these energies to all of your relationships. So have fun and let's keep playing with joy.